I know you're waiting for it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Nope. I'm not gonna sing the song. You know what movie this is, but I'm not gonna sing the song. My Girl is a 1991 film directed by Howard Zieff and starring Dan Aykroyd, Jimmy Lee Curtis, Macaulay Culkin, and Anna Chlumsky. And it tells the story of 11-year-old Veda, who is surrounded by death her whole life because her father is a mortician, and that she's going to have to deal with a little more death and changes in her family dynamic when her father meets a woman named Shelley and things become more than just friends with them. And, and of course, like I said, she faces death. So, here we go. One of my favorite films to watch when I was a kid, as weird as it sounds, this kind of film, where to this day I cannot watch a certain scene with Macaulay Culkin. Because to this day I have a deadly fear of bees because of this movie. Because of that scene, I do not want anything to do with any bees. No. Not at all. So, like I said, the movie follows 11-year-old Veda Sultenfuss, there's a name for you, as she, in the summer of 1972, where she's a hypochondriac and she's afraid of death. So much that when her dad asks her to get something for her, she won't even go near where he's working, like his workshop or whatever, because he's a mortician. And she won't go anywhere near the workshop or anything. She just stands at the end of the steps, and we'll talk to him and whoever he's working with. She has a best friend named Thomas J, played by Macaulay Culkin, and I mean, this gets to the point where it looks like he could become her first boyfriend eventually, if what happens in that scene I aforementioned didn't happen, but it does, and it's out the window. So shortly after, the beginning of this film, a woman named Shelley shows up at the parlor. She's a makeup artist, and she's answering an ad for a makeup artist. Turns out she didn't realize it was a funeral parlor, not a beauty parlor. But she still wants the job because she needs the money. She takes the job, and soon after that, her and Veda's dad, they start having a romance. Veda doesn't like that too much because she doesn't think her dad, she doesn't want any changes happening. She doesn't, want her dad to, be dating her. And then there's at the 4th of July, Shelley's ex-boyfriend shows up wanting a trailer. And, Veda thinks that this guy's going to take her away, or take Shelley away, and no, that doesn't happen. Here he stands up, and the guy, they leave, so like that, and Veda has a crush on this poetry teacher, which she steals money out of Shelley's trailer to attend the classes, and and she's a little poetry, but they're all adults, and she's the only kid in there, so it's kind of weird. Like there's this one lady who reads a poem about lust, and and you can tell the teacher is awkward when they read this poem because of the little girl right there, but it's awkward for the teacher. But so Veda drags Thomas J around, following her dad and Shelley when they go on a bingo date. Even disrupt the kiss they're about to have by shouting out "bingo," causing everyone to go nuts. And like I said, her and Thomas J, they could be, they could have been, he could have been her first boyfriend because they have their first kiss together. And just a, little peck, as you would when you're a kid, and you're like, let's just get over with, and you didn't, because you're 11 years old and you're not really into that phase yet. Whether you like girls or you like boys, or, that kind of thing. You're 11 years old, you're not sure. You're getting curious. I mean, when I was 5 years old in kindergarten, I thought I liked a girl, but I haven't seen her since like first grade. So, that didn't work out, but this could have been something, who knows, but it didn't work out that way. So what happened is, Veda has this mood ring that was her mom's, and when they're in the woods, they have water guns, and they see this beehive, and they knock it down, and then they squirt it with water. That's how they knock it down, and bees start flying out. So they run into the nearest lake or river or something. They jump in to avoid the bees, and in the process, Veda loses the ring. This is the one my grandma gave me. I got it after she passed away. And there's a little picture of me there. Picture of me. Little me. And now we're going to talk about the scene, alright? So, within an instant, Veda's world comes crashing down. First, she finds out that her dad and Shelly are engaged. And then, it happens. It happens. After, one night, Thomas J. walks her home, says goodbye, and then he decides to go back and try to find the ring. In doing so, he kicks the beehive, which he thinks is empty, but it's not. And he finds the ring, but it's too late because the bees swarm around him. And one thing I forgot to mention is Thomas J. is one of those characters, one of those kids that's allergic to everything. And of course, he's allergic to bees. And he dies because of it. And to this day, I cannot watch that scene. I turn my head away. I have to have no sound on. Just look away. I can't hear the buzzing or the swirling. No, go away, go away. I can't hear it. It just gets me. What I realized this time is that maybe that's not the worst part of this whole deal. It's not that he died. Yeah, it's bad. But I think the next thing afterwards, where Harry, Dan Aykroyd's character, has to tell Veda what happened. When you're a parent, you have to tell your child that their best friend is now dead. I hope I never have to tell my son that. But just think about this. If you're a parent, right, and you find out that your child's best friend is dead, and you have to go up and tell your child that their best friend is now gone. And what's worse is he's a mortician, so that kid's body is going to be in that house. Like, they don't do anything with that other than at the funeral, but what if, there was a scene or something where the body was laying down there and you had it covered up or something, and she has to kind of just stand and deal with it. She deals with it later. She cries over it. She's like, oh, you want to go climbing or something like that. He needs his glasses. You can't see without his glasses. And like I said, her whole world comes crashing down because after this, she runs away. She shows up at the teacher's house that she has a crush on, and she finds out he's engaged and going to be married. So that kind of crushes her, but then she ends up coming home, and she starts to adjust to life. She starts to accept Shelly more, and she starts to, accept death more. They see Thomas J's mom. Her and her dad are at the movie theater, and they see Thomas J's mom there, and she gives Veda the ring back that Thomas J had found. And then she tells Thomas J's mom, Thomas J's gonna be okay. My mom will take care of him. That's cool. And then, like I said, she gets more accepting of Shelly, and it's not chick flick, but they do have a scene where Shelly puts some makeup on her earlier. And it's not. I don't think it's a chick flick. I think it's just about it's a coming of age story, really, about learning to accept death and know that it's eventually going to happen, and you can't do anything about it. And of course, at the end, we get the theme song. We get the song, which I'm not going to sing. Like I said, I wasn't going to sing, but the My Girl song by the Temptations. I think. But yeah, overall, this was a pretty good movie. I don't think really anything bad to say about it. Give it a 9 out of 10. Just because I don't like the B scene. So that puts it down a notch. 9 out of 10. I only reserve the 10 out of 10s for special movies. So 9 out of 10. So what are your thoughts on My Girl? Let me know in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.